Welcome back to Miss Ewing TV. Today we're going to create a radial balanced Christmas picture. So think about if you were an illustrator and your assignment was to create a design for Christmas that was radial balanced, but you're going to use lots of different art materials. So whatever you have around your house is fine. So here's my example, and I drew like the holly leaf and some berry, kind of looks like mistletoe. To do this, I used a square piece of paper, but I started with a rectangle. So the way that you get your rectangle paper into a square is to take one corner, doesn't matter which one, and you're gonna fold it across, line it up with the opposite edge. So let me show you that again. This corner is gonna come over all the way over here, and then I'm gonna make my crease. If you've done any origami or maybe even some airplane, paper airplane folding, you might have done this step before. Then you're gonna cut off what is remaining underneath that triangle shape. So I'm cutting off the skinny little rectangle at the bottom. And then when I open up my paper, I now have a square. Now we're gonna fold this into 8 sections. So right now I have 2, one on each side, 2 triangles. I'm gonna take that across to make the opposite triangle. Make a nice crease, open it up. So now I have 4 triangles. Now I'm gonna fold it into a rectangle. I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to fold it into another rectangle this way. So when I'm finished, I will have 8 triangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, now you're going to pick, you're only going to draw in one of those triangles. So let me show you what this one looked like. Hard to fold it the opposite way. Let me try that again. There we go. Whoop. Fold it this way. All right, so on mine, all I drew at first was half of a leaf, and 1 berry. And that's what I started out with. So I'm just gonna pay attention to 1 triangle. So I'm gonna just outline this so you can see it better. And I'm going to think of a Christmas image that could be symmetrical. So I'm going to do a tree this time, but I'm only going to draw half of the tree. So the top of the tree starts out kind of skinny. As it gets further down, it gets a little bit wider. Maybe I'll add the trunk and maybe add the ground, or maybe it's snow. I'll add some ornaments, maybe some garland. All right, now, before I can move on to the next step, I'm gonna go over my pencil lines nice and dark. All right, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this triangle and I'm gonna fold it so that it's touching this triangle. So I'm just gonna fold it over like that. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but I can see my tree through here because I drew so dark. So I'm just gonna kind of scribble over top of wherever I can see those lines. And this is the back of my paper, so it doesn't have to look nice. But what's happening is I'm putting pressure on the pencil on the opposite side. And if you've ever rubbed your finger on graphite, which is what your pencil lead is made of, it's not actually lead, it's graphite, it'll come off on your finger. So what I'm doing is I'm just pressing down on the drawing that I did before. When I open it up, my tree from this side has printed over to this side. So now I can trace over this and make this nice and dark. And then I'm just gonna repeat these steps over and over again. So once I have this whole tree, I'm gonna fold it in half so this tree is touching this side of the paper. It's a wide trunk on my tree. All right, now I'm gonna fold this so that this whole tree is now touching right here. I'm gonna scribble on the back of this side, and I'm gonna repeat scribbling on the back of this side. All right, and if it doesn't work, it's for one of two reasons. Either my pencil lines aren't dark enough over here, or I didn't press hard enough when I scribbled on the back. I noticed, let's see, right here I can't see the tree, so that means either I didn't scribble or I didn't do it dark enough. So let me just do both. Darken this up a little bit, flip it over. I maybe forgot to scribble it. All right, I'm gonna do this, and then I can flip it and scribble on the back of all of this. All right, now my drawing is finished, and now I'm going to add color to it. So try to find as many different art materials as you can. Crayons, markers, colored pencils. I even have a highlighter. And you're going to color it, but try to color it different, a little bit different in each space. So on this one, I added some patterns to some of them. I changed the value, so I went dark to light, made scratchy lines here, dots here. So think of different ways you can make each of them unique. All right, have fun, and don't forget to send a picture to me.